Welcome to part 2 of my yard transformation series. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install a simple trellis in your own yard without any professional help, and then I'm going to show you plant installation on that trellis and give you a bit of an overview of this project. We've been a little bit unfortunate this season in that we have had unprecedented amounts of rain. Almost the entire month of June was just pouring rain, and that was when I initially wanted to do this project. If you're watching this later on, I'm filming this second part in August. So a few weeks ago, I did come here and attempt the trellis installation according to the first plan. However, simply due to the oversaturated soil, it didn't go well, and I've had to improvise. This is where I tried to put in the trellis according to the original plan. You can see how rough this soil is. You can still see even a little bit of moisture left in that hole there. The other unfortunate aspect is that the weeds have really come and overtaken this site in the meantime, because once the ground was exposed, there wasn't really much I could do about that. So I'll have to remove these weeds, and then we can finally get to the installation. All right, finally got the weeds pulled. Now it's time for me to put these posts in. These are just standard iron garden posts used for pea fences, which is what I'll be putting in today as a very temporary fixture. What I like to do is roll the fence out a little bit like you see here. And then I'm just going to grab this and get this bottom part onto my post. All right, it's getting a little chilly out here, so I had to throw on a hoodie, but you can kind of see behind me, I did have to supplement with some wooden stakes just to provide a little bit more tension on the wire so that it's able to support the weight of the plants. With that all done, I can finally move on to the fun part, the planting. These first plants you see here are mini white pumpkins. The fruit is very lightweight, so I'm confident that the trellis will be able to support these plants. I also have morning glories, which I'm very excited for. This is the blue variety. And lastly, I have some bean plants. So let me show you how I'm installing these. Before anything actually goes in the ground, it's a good idea to play around with your layout and ensure that you're happy with everything. So let's do that. Here's how I've laid these plants out. So what I've done is placed my pumpkins and, take a look at that, my morning glories on the inside of this trellis in an alternate pattern. And then along the outside edge, I've placed my bean plants. One, to give them a little bit more room, and two, so that when these plants mature and begin producing flowers, that there will be something on the outside to provide a little bit of interest, as well as to intersperse the colors a little bit. If you're a less experienced gardener, perhaps you don't know the best way to install plants like these, so let me show you. I have my hole here, obviously, and then this is clay soil. It's fairly compacted and fairly nutrient poor. So what I'm going to do is just add some compost before I put my plant in. Now this seedling has been in a pot, so I'm just going to tease the roots a little bit to free them up. This helps them find water and nutrients when they're transplanted. Grip at the base, grip the root ball, and in it goes. Now all I need to do is backfill. Time for the final touches. Let me show you the first one, which is this picnic table that I built specifically for this project. Originally, I wanted to put a fire pit in this area, but I had to scrap that idea as well. The second final touch I want to put in here, string lights. These are very simple to install. This is a little solar panel that charges the battery in here, and all I'm gonna do is put it against that post and then string these lights up. And isn't that beautiful? I'm so excited to watch all these plants grow up. When this is complete, it's gonna look amazing, and I can't wait to show you. That's going to be all for part 2 of this yard transformation series. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss part 3.